Yes, good morning, dear viewers of Gaza Media, to this program, The Voice. As you know, this is almost 2 days to the end of 2024, and the time now is 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're a little bit 15 minutes late into the program. And as you know, as the end of year always come around, many leaders, CEO of and president of organizations are sending out their end of year messages and new year wishes to different communities, to their members, and what have you. And for LECDA USA, the CEO, Mr. Etiendem Pascal, will be with me here this afternoon or this morning to talk to LECDA USA and to the Lebialem people in general what he has been able to accomplish as the CEO of LECDA USA. We'll also be looking at some of the challenges and what he has done to its own member here in the diaspora and any other project that they have been able to execute back in the homeland in Lebialem, Cameroon, and in Africa. And also, we'll be looking at asking him to tell us a little bit about the vision, the 2050 Paradise Lebialem vision, and also the challenges that his executive is facing as a whole. Let me bring in the CEO of LECDA USA, Mr. Etiendem Pascal. Let me bring in. Yeah, Mr. CEO, good afternoon. I think maybe it's afternoon now in your area, or good morning, and welcome to Gaza Media, the voice.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ernest, Director of Gaza Media. It's afternoon here. I just left the church. And greetings to all the BLM people. It's an honor to be able to talk to our brothers and sisters. And thank you always for everything you do to our community and for always providing us a platform on which we can talk to our people.
Yes, Mr. CEO, I know we have been interacting in different activities of LECDA USA, from convention to some other event. And I just wanted to ask you, what are some of the things that you have been able to maybe carry out throughout this time that you have been in the office here in the diaspora or worldwide?
Yes, Director, thank you. As you've worked with me since I took over as a CEO in 2023, and what we are still doing is to change the narrative. The present board is doing something different, trying to sell an idea rather than carry a project and report on it. As Lebialem, we've been lagging behind on so many things. And the biggest challenge that I identify since my years as the CFO is the lack of cohesion in the way we act as a community. So many villages and fandom associations, but we lack the ability to come together as one unit and actually carry out actions that have a meaning or that can have a lasting meaning. And so, ever since I took over, all my efforts and everything has been geared towards uh, uh, creating a common understanding, bringing people together, selling an idea. You are aware of the 2050 Lebialem Paradise, which is a 25 years development plan, something that cannot be achieved by LECDA USA alone. But trying to sell that idea to the different stakeholders, trying to rebuild confidence in the organization, get people interested in LECDA USA, and get them engaged. So my successes are all geared towards getting people re-engaged with LECDA USA. And if I might, at the end of my term as the CEO, I can get that, if I can achieve that and have people buy into this whole idea of us working together and the 2050 vision, that is going to be a great achievement and at least a good foundation for us to start working on as a community.
Yes, Mr. CEO, yeah, you visited Europe LECDA EU for the same purpose. Do you mind taking this opportunity to share with us how was the ambience, how were you received, and what were their enthusiasm or what were their impression towards Lebialem Paradise 2050?
Yes, it was a great visit. I was well received. I spent 2 days, the eve of the convention and the convention itself. They gave me a platform on the convention day to present the Lebialem Paradise agenda, and it was a very, very successful visit in terms of creating awareness and exposing the details of this Lebialem Paradise. It was just like in the on the LECDA floor during the last convention in DC, just like it was accepted by acclamation. I also requested, and they agreed, and this idea was bought and accepted by the General Assembly by acclamation. Everybody in the hall bought into it. So it was very, very successful. The next thing we have to do is to follow up. If you have an opportunity like that, you sell an idea and people receive, but you don't follow up, it can still die. So, and good enough, the president with whom I work, Mr. Nicodemus, he was re-elected. So I was kind of concerned that power might change and the new president will not be as motivated or as willing to work with me as the president with whom I work, and I was invited to Europe, but he was re-elected into office. So we just need to follow up on this visit. I explained to them the BLM Paradise is not like we want Europe to contribute money and send to America. It's just for them to understand that we are working on a common project. The same thing that we are doing here, they start doing it over there, having people contribute to this paradise. That way, when it comes to implementation, we simply just look at the different sub accounts that we have for LECDA. In that case, LECDA is not just LECDA USA, LECDA Europe, or LECDA Canada, which I haven't engaged them yet, but that is the next stop. And finally, the home branch that we look forward to having a vibrant home branch, because no matter how good the different diaspora branches are, without a solid home branch, we are not just going to have, will not be able to realize our dreams.
Yes, Mr. CEO, talking about membership, sometimes they always say numbers is the key, even development geared towards the population size. And in terms of organization, people always want to join an organization because they want to derive some benefit, something that will benefit them individually. Is there any activity that LECDA USA is doing to grow in number that the members resident in the United States can benefit from it?
Yes. Uh, for example, the very last meeting that we had in preparation of the 2025 convention, we were looking at how do we design the activities towards that convention in such a way that the focus is not just about developing home, but creating an atmosphere where even those who are here in the US can benefit from that, you know. And so we are looking at engaging the local businesses to have them advertise, to bring them to the front line. That is what we look forward to doing. What we are already doing, which Lebialem take pride for, is LECDA Life. I don't know if when the opportunity comes, we'll talk more about that. But that is something that is serving our community here in a very big way, not just the Lebialem community, but the African community and even some of the Hispanics. At times I move around, people get confused if I'm the CEO of LECDA USA or LECDA Life, because the people tend to identify you by your successes and not failure. And so a lot of times they confuse me as the CEO of LECDA USA and say LECDA Life. And I walk around, and when I'm introduced, a lot of people say, "Oh, thank you for the wonderful job you are doing to the community. Thank you for putting smile on the faces of the bereaved families and things like that. So we're already doing things that people can benefit as individuals and not just focus on development and neglecting the needs of even those who might be here in the US.
Yes, without necessarily going into details, some people might be listening for you, maybe listening to us for the first time when they hear about LECDA Life. For those that presuming that somebody doesn't even have an idea. So briefly, what is it? LECDA Life.
So, Legal Life is a solidarity group. You know, before 2019, that this program was launched, we used to have a lot of problems. GoFundMe, as with the influx of people into the United States, people do die. If a loved one can visit here and die, and a community member they die, and you see all this GoFundMe contribution launch on one media to another, begging for people, people doing car washes to raise money to send a loved one who passed back home. That used to be a challenge. But and then back then, the former CEO, Dr. Pam Fonju, Chief Dr. Fomeche, they came together with this idea to see how they can have a community program where that takes care of this dilemma that led to the birth of LECDA Life, and it's just a program that it takes just $32 to enroll, $20 one-time registration fee, and $12 annual administrative fee. And then when somebody dies, they share the cost among the existing members. Right now, the benefit package is 15,000. That 15,000 is shared amongst the members of LECDA Life, and that money generated and given to the bereaved family. Right now, the membership of LECDA Life stands at about 3,000. The contribution per debt to raise 15,000 for a bereaved family is five. The last one was $5 and 52 cents.
Yes,
Our goal is to grow this program to the level where contribution will be $1 to give 15,000 to a bereaved family. So it's a lot to
yes,
say about legal life that I
yes,
cannot say
but
it
I just
here.
wanted to do a follow-up question before I move on to the next topic. The issue of growing it, because people have advocated or people are saying, how can it that we cannot contribute at least say $2, even though when they say $5 is not much money. Every person will always want to say if they can bring it down to $1 that you are saying. So in the organization, what are you people doing to get to that point where you can say, hey, now if somebody die, we can only contribute $1 per person or per member.
Yeah, so we had a meeting last week with the coordinators, and the focus of the meeting was to see how we grow our membership. Human nature, doctor, as you work hard, no matter how good something is, because of human nature, you have a program that people, somebody comes in, people are coming in to just take advantage of it. While we have a handful of LECDA Life members who don't even need this program, but they are in there and contributing all the time to make the program sustainable, you still have a handful of people who are in there to exploit the program. And so those challenges are there. We went to Boston, we made a presentation. They gave us some good recommendations, which we are working on them. And the recommendation were to expand the numbers of our representatives and have point persons in the different states and cities. That way they can sell this idea. That is a strategy to expand membership, because it is a program that is based on numbers. And I usually tell Lebialem people this. There is LECDA Life is owned by LECDA USA, and part of the $12 that they pay annually goes to LECDA USA. So if you love Lebialem, if you love LECDA USA, another way you can really contribute to make this organization great, apart from the annual dues, is to just enroll your family in LECDA Life. because some little things also go to LECDA-USA, which is the mother organization.
A wonderful explanation. Now, let's talk about some of the challenges. No, before we go to the challenges, what about the upcoming? Will you have right now about 5 months to the next convention? Any preparation, location, or any venue, any state that is going to host?
Yes, Director. The tenure of office for LECDA-USA is 3 years. I have already knocked off 1 year, and I have 2 years to go. And there is something I really intend to achieve during my term as a CEO. And what I want to achieve is for Lebialem to have a clear path for us to know where we are going the next 25 years as projected by Lebialem Paradise Vision. If I can achieve that, that will be wonderful. And I work day and night towards achieving this. So the Arizona Convention is just one of those conventions that we are putting everything in place to make sure that we move towards achieving the BLM Paradise Vision, not in terms of project, but in terms of getting the different stakeholders that we need to realize a project of this magnitude together. The theme of the convention is out. Achieving the BLM Paradise through unity and development, the role of the funds. And so we are putting the BLM funds at the front line of the Arizona 2020 convention. I've already reached out to 5 of the BLM funds. We resolved in the last board meeting that I should reach out to the 17 funds. If we can have all the 17 funds attend the Arizona convention, that will be awesome, because we want the funds to be at the front line of the 2050 Paradise vision, and we want them to drive this agenda. It has proven beyond reasonable doubt that with the funds at the front line, we shall succeed. Director, we were together during the convention that they made me was elected the CEO. The fund of Nwameto and the fund of Nwangong was there. You could see the participation of the Nwangong people. You could see the participation of the Nwameto people. Last year, we were together that the fund of Bamumbu graced our convention. You saw the participation of the Bamumbu people. And so it is becoming clearer that the more the funds get involved, the more the fundoms are engaged. And so this is the goal. If the funds that are able to attend the convention in Arizona, we are going to have a closed door and serious discussion on this Lebialem Paradise. The details of implementation, how do we go about it? And then after the Arizona convention, we intend to have a workshop, and that will be in Cameroon, that the BOT will meet all the funds and the stakeholders in Cameroon for at least a 1 week workshop that we sit and work on the details of implementation of the 2050 Paradise, including how we get every single son and daughter of Lebialem, no matter where it will be, from Europe, Canada, America, Asia, and most importantly, back home. So you can see that I am not looking forward to carrying any project, even in the near future, because we need to make people understand that this Lebialem Paradise is some sort of injangiting. When you start implementation, if you start implementation in Wameto, those in Esota, they will have the necessary patience, knowing that what they are doing will subsequently reach them. If we don't get the funds together, if we don't get all the BLM people together to explain this agenda, have a common agreement, and work like they do in Jangitin, you get little money and start doing projects somewhere. it's not going to be sustainable, and people might just feel like, oh, we are contributing our money for you to go carry project in that part. That has been the case, and so we want to really clear that out, get confidence, explain the project for people to understand what we are doing. That way, when they start contributing, they will not have any doubt that what they are doing is going to go across the entire division.
Okay, yes, thank you, Mr. CEO, for explaining that. Now, this lead me to my next question, which is I see it as a weakness or as a challenge to the executive that they are not maybe actively playing the role that they're supposed to be playing in the organization in terms of giving out information, like the chief information officer was supposed to be giving out some of this detail or explaining bit by bit for people to understand, unlike waiting till when the convention time. Uh, Last convention, we have not seen any communique about the resolution of transpire. I think that'll go to the chief information officer. People have also requested that let put out a spreadsheet so that contribution towards the vision of this lobby idea, so that people can start contributing their $125. I think I've not seen any communique from the chief financial officer of LECDA USA. You now, as the CEO, what is going on in your executive?
Yes, director, there is it's a challenge. Unfortunately, the BOT of LECDA USA is not like a business that you hire and fire people. Uh, it is even very challenging. It is even impossible to discipline, because all what we are doing is based on charity and people offering the free time that they have. I am working with a CFO, and in the days ahead, we'll be releasing a comprehensive list of contributions since 2023. I was a CFO before being elected a CEO, so I have some of those records. So I'm working with her to avoid a situation where at the end of the year, we just come in maybe 2025 with a list as if 2023 and 2024 did not exist, but we have a spreadsheet that shows contribution back from 2023, and moving forward, that contribution is going to continue. That way, somebody can look back and say, okay, these are the people who have been contributing consistently to make LECDA Life relevant, to keep this organization alive. This is somebody who contributed in 2023 but did not contribute in 2024. This is somebody who contributed in 2024 and did not contribute in 2025. And you can have an opportunity maybe to contact people and ask them, is there any reason why you contributed this year and you did not? And it's just, some might just need reminders. And that way we can also keep a database of the Lebialem people in the US. With regards to other board members, director, is if I was elected the CEO and asked to pick my executive or the team that I will work with, there are some people in the board that I will never pick them. With all due respect, if you have a founder president who has never attended a board meeting or throughout the whole year, if you have a chapter president who goes for a year without attending a single board meeting, how do you handle that? So these are some of the challenges, director. I don't want to, I will not talk much on this, but we're working, we want the funds. Where you put the funds, because every single son and daughter of Lebialem in the US, whether you are heading a chapter meeting or you are representing a fandom and sitting in the board, you come from a fandom. and you are under one of the funds of the BLM. And so if you have an agenda like this and people are slowing us down, it is an opportunity that when the funds are on board, those who feel like the CEO is so too small to talk to them, maybe I can table this and say, this is your son. If it is a reward son or daughter that is slowing us down, maybe the phone can turn and talk to that individual and they will listen to them if they cannot listen to the CEO. But it's a challenge. Like I said, maybe at some point in time, we'll consider electing a CEO and ask the CEO to pick a team that they will work with. I have dreams. If I were to go to the BLM people and pick people that I will work with at the development of the board, I will pick a team that I will work with.
Okay.
But when they come and they say, "Hey, chapter president," and they just gather these people that we are 21, 23 in number in the LECDA-USA BOT, but every single day I have never had more than 12 people in the meeting. You have like it's the same 8 or 10 individuals that we meet and discuss the board affair. Why is that happening? Those are some of the things that will iron out.
Yeah,
Those are some of the challenges that will iron out.
yeah, I think now the BLM people in the US are listening to you. Some of these challenges, at least they can go back and talk to their member and see if they're actually attending and bringing back feedback to their different different organization. Mr. CEO, I want to ask you this specific question regarding Mwangom. There seems to be a crisis going on in Mwangom, and Mwangom has been participating in LECDA USA. You mentioned the fund of Mwangom was here when you were elected with the fund of Funjumeto. Now, with all this kind of crisis, somebody popping up the president, the current president, they say he's still the president. I think the issue have reached your office. Are you working? Have you resolved the issue? Or you may not need to give me specific, but are you working behind the scene to see if you can handle the matter?
Oh, definitely, Director. You are aware, the president of the Nwangong that who is still with us at the board is Chief Fasano. I know what sparked all the controversy online was the congratulatory message that I sent to him on his achievement as he was designated a goodwill ambassador and honorary citizen of the U.S. by the Georgia government. And I came and I congratulated him. And I said, the chief, I congratulated him as a chief and the president of Mwakoda USA. That was when everything and it came up. That has been brought to my attention. Unfortunately, it is not as fast as it can be because that came up in the middle of the holidays. And you know how busy the holiday is. But I've spoken to Chief Osano. I've spoken to the Secretary General of the Mwakoda USA. I am hoping, and I think it is doable, we will be able to resolve that behind the scene and not come and have the charade that we had in the LECDA USA hub. I am so thankful to Chief Fosano and the people of Wangong for listening to me when I came out and pleaded that they should not stop the exchanges that we're having at the WhatsApp group and everything stopped. That is an indication that they are going to accord the necessary respect that LECDA USA needs to be able to resolve that issue. It is a very complex issue. I respect you for Sano a lot. He has served in the LECDA BOT for so long. All the list that come, everything about the BLM, he is there. And so I am hoping that we are going to be able to solve this. And I'm hoping that even the other Nguangong sons and daughters, the ones that they are only coming out by now, that when we solve this matter, they are not just going to come solve their problem and go, but they will stay with LECDA USA. It is very important we solve this problem because strong fandom associations is what is going to form a strong LECDA USA. Yes, we work on it, and I want to use this platform to assure them that uh, we are one people and we are going to find out how to move past the impasse.
Okay, Mr. CEO, thank you. Just one last question before we wrap up the statement. Uh, Last convention, you invited all the past CEOs. One show up. You even organized a tournament and said this was in honor of all the past CEOs since the inception of LECDA USA. At that time, it was LECA, and now LECDA USA. And I think only one of the CEOs show up. What happened? Or what has been happening?
Well, I I wish you had found out what happened and you were here to tell me, because that is one of the things that has really demotivated me. It's just that I don't give up. But like you rightly said, it was only one CEO who showed up at the last convention out of all the CEOs that I invited. Chief Dr. Fomeche and Professor Ndemanu, I understand why they could not be there because they were still. Chief Dr. Fomeche went to Rome they were still serving the Lebialem people, and it was on a very common discussion that these two could not be there. But Director, I just explained to you how I am reaching out to the funds of Lebialem, having a conversation with them, and inviting, encouraging them to come, and what we want to achieve with by putting the funds at the front line. Just imagine to do all this, reach out to the funds, and then they show up on the result, and none of them they show up. How does that boost one's spirit towards that? Because that is exactly the thing I did. We are so privileged. We had this interview, and I said we are so privileged and we're lucky that all our CEOs they are still alive from the pioneer CEO. Those who have been at the helm of this organization, they are all still alive. And so, if we're able to pull all of them together and we sit and see how we can manage the organization, it will be better than to come and just focus and forget about the past CEOs. That was my reasoning. And I just did not want to, just a simple invitation, to put a whole cup tournament, $500, to honor their services for the past, reach out to them. Some of them, I don't want to put people on the spotlight here, but some promised me to come. And trust me, to see that the whole convention came and passed and nobody showed up, no excuse, even the common acknowledgement of the honor that I accorded them by putting a whole tournament, I haven't received one up to today. So what is wrong? Like I said, I don't want to put anybody in the spotlight, but it is not encouraging. I am the CEO today. I will hand over to somebody. If I rule and go and the person taking over, I don't come to support them, we are not building a sustainable organization. I am just hoping that what happened, which was my big agenda to pull all the past CEOs last year, and it did not happen. I'm just hoping that all the effort and the outreach that I'm doing with the funds of the BLM, it shouldn't repeat itself in Arizona.
Well, hold on, Mr. CEO. We want to thank you uh, for coming here to talk to LECDA USA member, the BLM people at large. Any last word, maybe New Year wishes, then we can end it for now.
Yes, Director. I want to use this opportunity to thank the members of the LECDA USA BOT, especially those that I've been working with. and those who come each time I call for us to sit behind closed doors and draft some of the policies that we send out. I want to give a special shout out to the 2023 keynote speaker, Chief James Afwed, who brought in the concept of Lebialem Paradise, which is the talk of the day today. I want to give a special shout out to the administrators of LECDA Life. This is a program that has brought so much pride to LECDA USA, and this program is being managed by a team of administrators, Chief Dr. Fomeche, Mafwa Kambin, Dr. Pam Nkemaka, Dr. Cornelius Bele, Barrister Fidelis Fondumala. These are people who are working for free, and they are changing life and impacting life in the community. On a day like this, I cannot go without thanking them, including the administrative assistants, and thanking the daughter of our the BLM veteran, Mr. Pa Boniface, thanking. What they are doing, they deserve a special shout out on a day like this. I want to thank all the Lebialem's sons and daughters who contribute their annual dues, and they contribute heavily. When I say this, I'm thinking of Mbe Mwafo of the West Bowie Village Hall. Last year, he was one of our biggest donor. So I thank him so much. On a day like this, I did not prepare a list, but there are some names that, whether you have a list or not, like these huge donors, and he doesn't only do that to LECDA USA. I see him contributing across the board. We were hoping that as we just celebrated Xmas, the new year is going to come with so many sons and daughters like him who can give generously, not just financial contribution, but to come and give ideas that will make us grow as a community. I want to say thank you, the director, Dr. Enes Kumba, and your team for the work you have done to our community over the years, and most importantly, for your investigative journalism, holding people accountable. The way I see you run your program, at times I have to prepare myself to come talk to you, because I don't know what you'll be throwing at me. So holding people accountable through your the strategy has been so enriching, and I think if we continue that way, our community is not going to be the same in the near future. I want to give a shout out to all the Lebialem funds of the 17 fundums. And I'm wishing them a happy new year, and hoping that we are going to meet in Arizona, work as one people, everyone inclusive, to make Lebialem great. Thank you, Gaza Media. I wish the entire Lebialem people in the United States of America, I wish our brothers and sisters of LECDA Europe, and thank them for the wonderful reception that they accorded me. I want to wish our brothers and sisters of LECDA Canada, and that I am coming your way. We are going to work together. And last but not least, I want to turn back home, look at the BLM Cameroon, and wish our brothers and sisters a wonderful new year 2025. Gaza Media, let's work as one people. Together we win, divided we fall. What we can achieve as LECDA USA, the doors we can knock as LECDA USA, no particular fundum can knock those doors. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, Mr. CEO, for taking the time to talk to us and to talk to the BLM people. Again, we want to wish you two a happy new year. Dear viewers of Gaza Media, we have finally come to the end of this segment. It was our pleasure having you here this afternoon, or this morning time, or this evening in Cameroon time. We wish you all a prosperous new year and a happy Sunday. So continue to watch our news, continue to follow us as we continue to bring you reporting. Therefore, thank you.